Have you with us. And on behalf of the United Church of Christ, I welcome you. We like to say no matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you are always welcome here. This event is a community event, and it is sponsored by the Volusia Peace Center. And this has been going on here for about 6 years to celebrate this gift of peace that is inside each one of us. So thank you for coming tonight. Let's give everyone a round of applause for coming tonight. Thank you for leading us in our drumming circle tonight. That was a wonderful way to get the energy in the space for us. Please make sure you have a program and a candle. If you don't have a candle, would you please raise your hand and we'll bring one to you. We're going to have a candle lighting at the close of our service. If you keep your hands raised, the candles will be coming. There will be a service that will go for about an hour. However, if in that time you find you need to use the restroom, they're located right behind the store here. We do hope you'll stay. Following this time, we have a reception for you with food and beverages next door in our community hall. A couple more people still needing candles here. We have 2 in the front, about 6 on this side, and some on the stage. We probably need about 10 more candles. I have with me my trusty sidekick, Carter, whether he likes it or not. But he loves to drum, so we had a fun time drumming as we got started here. A few more candles up front. Do we have someone to help? Gary, maybe you could help Dana hand out the candles. The International Day of Peace began in response to the violence in the world from the United Nations. Saw that there needs to be an organized effort as a global community to respond to the epidemic of violence. And so this was begun several years ago, and they encouraged the faith communities to gather in response. So the official date is the 21st. It's the 20th, but we know it's the 21st somewhere. So we are praying in harmony with our brothers and sisters around the world. And it will give you a jump start. So maybe tomorrow you can think about something you will do. Set aside some time to say a special prayer for peace. Go on your own personal peace walk on the beach. Tell your colleagues and coworkers at lunch what tomorrow is all about. So let us get started. We are honored to have our guest to begin our proclamation, the Honorable Frank Bruno, our chairman of Volusia County Council. Let us welcome him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real honor for me to be here again this year with you. I think I missed one, and it may have been last year. I just really didn't get the invitation, otherwise I would have been here. But I was thinking right after the event that I didn't get the invitation, so maybe I did something the year before that was not as peaceful as it needed to be. But I really do enjoy being here. I want to thank Reverend Sarah Lund for inviting me. You know, I just enjoyed coming to this church just to see her. She is just a fabulous minister. Having said that, I do bring you greetings on behalf of the entire Volusia County Council. And with me from the County Council is Joey Alexander, the Vice Chair of the County Council. And you know, there's a number of people in the audience that I'd love just to say hello to. But I better not, because I don't want to embarrass anybody, and you all know who I'm talking about. But it's good to see everybody here. You know, there's a lot of negativity in the world today. I mean, and I see it every day. Maybe it's not good to be in government right now, but I have to tell you, you know, we're doing as the best job that we can be doing in Volusia County, and we're a very stable county, and I'm really proud of what we've been able to do for the citizens of Volusia County. But my point is that there is a lot of negativity out there, and I sense it, and you feel it every day. And you know, it's important that we have a day of peace. It really is important that we have a day of peace. Because I think that people need to be more peaceful in their lives. And you know, in the back of your program, there's something that we sing on a regular basis in our churches. Father Phil is here, and he'll attest to that. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And I'm so happy to be here, and let peace begin here tonight with each and every one of us. And I have a proclamation I'd like to present at this time, and it reads, Proclamation, Volusia County, Florida. Whereas peace embraces the deepest hopes of all peoples and remains humanity's guiding inspiration. And whereas the United Nations celebrated the first International Day of Peace in 1982, and whereas the United Nations expanded the observance of the International Day of Peace in 2001 to include the call for a day of global ceasefire and nonviolence, and invited all nations and peoples to honor a cessation of hostilities for the day. And whereas the International Day of Peace also encourages individuals to make peace in their own relationships. And whereas the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has announced that this year's theme is peace, youth, and development, with the slogan, Peace Equals Future. Now, therefore, we, the County Council of Volusia County, Florida, do hereby proclaim tomorrow, September the 21st, 2010, as the United Nations International Day of Peace in Volusia County, and urge all of its residents to help establish a day of peace in our homes, our communities, and among our nations. Thank you, and God bless.
As we continue our program, we invite the members of the Mount Olive Primitive Baptist Church Choir. Let us welcome them.
Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Searched high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. High and low, searched high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, no, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Searched all over, searched all over, couldn't find
As we continue in the spirit of peace, we invite with us this evening Father Filogino and his guest soloist from Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church. Welcome.
It is my pleasure to be here with you. Yesterday in Orlando, I went to see the play The Crucible. And perhaps many of you are familiar with it. It's an Arthur Miller play with a commentary on his social time. It was about the Salem witch hunts. However, when he wrote the play, it was really about the scare of communism and the Red Scare in our country. And it just struck me, and it seems to me that at every age and every time, there always seems to be somebody we're out to get. And I know just a short time ago, I think it was the illegal immigrants we were out to get. And now I think it's perhaps, unfortunately, the Muslims we're out to get. And it just seems as though we go from people to try to persecute someone. And I think that as I try to lead my community, we have to be lights of peace. And that peace must really begin right here. It must begin in each one of us. It must begin now. It must begin in our homes. It must begin in our own communities. In order for us to really want peace in our world, it's not going to happen until we have peace in our hearts. And so I'd like to pray this prayer with you. It's from our Catholic tradition. It says this: we pray to the great spiritual power in which we live and move and have our being. We pray that we may at all times keep our minds open to new ideas and shun dogma, that we may grow in our understanding of the nature of all living beings and our connectedness with the natural world, that we may become ever more filled with generosity of spirit and true compassion and love for all life, that we may strive to heal the hurts that we have inflicted on nature and control our greed for material things, knowing that our actions are harming our natural world and the future of our children, that we may value each and every human being for who he is, for who she is, reaching to the spirit that is written, that is within, knowing the power of each individual to change the world. We always pray for social justice, for the alleviation of the crippling